Hey guys, and welcome to the webinar Scheduling. I'm Dan.
And here's David.
And we will take you all through the ins and outs of scheduling using the LeagueApps tool. And as you already know, that we do have a new webinar tool. This is our first time rolling it out. And please provide any feedback you have to support@leagueapps.com. All feedback is greatly appreciated and moving forward. Right now, I would first like to hop into it and show you where we can go to create the schedule and how we can best set it up. So we will go into manage all programs, and I set up the Looney Tunes League, sticking with the Space Jam references. And if we look into our teams, I have just created some teams by clicking the Add Team button here. If we want to assign a coach to a team, we can manually do that by going to Manage Members and manually registering them to the staff registration into a team. This is a new feature here where we can quickly register another team to the same program just based off going to people and staff members. We can see we can make them a coach. We can either assign them to a team or create a new team here, and that team will show up into the Teams tab. Michael Jordan is the coach of the Bugs Bunnies, and now we can, since we have all of our teams in and the schedule is ready to be created, we can now go over to the scheduling tab where David will walk you through the different ways that we can create a game or a schedule.
Hey everybody. So now Dan has taken us to the scheduling tab, and our longtime LeagueApps users will notice that we've made some changes in the last couple months to this page. Most noticeably, which is this large blue button with the plus sign, and this is the add button. So anytime you want to add something to the schedule, you can go right here to the button. And here you'll see the menu pop up. You can choose to add a single game, an event, generate schedule, or import schedule, all from this menu. First, I want to show you how to add a single game. So once you select it, this menu will pop up, and you'll have the option to add a home team, choose the Bugs Bunny, away team, Daffy Ducks, the game type, whether it be regular season, playoff, championship, the date, and then location. Here, after you create the game, you can save the game and create it, or you can save the game and add another to quickly build out your schedule. So now I've created the game and it appears on our schedule. Next, I want to show you how to use the schedule generator tool. This will go to click the add button and then select generate schedule. Now you'll have the option to either have a regular round robin or tournament bracket. Choose to create a regular round robin tournament. It'll show you which teams do you want to be involved in the schedule. You can choose your teams and then move on to the dates and time. Here you can choose the start date, which I'll choose as today, April 20th, and the end date can be in June. You can select which games you want which days the games you want to be on, and I'll have our games on Saturday and Sunday. And after that, you can choose the times. And I'll have 2 time slots. We'll play at noon. And also, you can click Add Time and add a 2 p.m. game. So now, that one thing to note is when you schedule the days and the times, these will dictate how many slots of games will be happening per week. So now, since we have 2 days available and 2 times, this means that 4 different games per week can be played. 2 on Saturday and 2 on Sunday. So next we'll enter locations. We only have 1 location, so we'll choose it. However, if you have multiple locations, this will also multiply the games. So if you have 4 games per week per location. If you had 2 locations, then it would be 8 games a week. Now you will dictate the number of games you want these people to play and how many games per week. So we'll want to play 2 total games with 1 a week. Next, we will generate the schedule. So here you'll see if you make a mistake, or if your schedule doesn't fit and it doesn't work on the qualifications that you have, the schedule generator is smart enough to tell you and make corrections for you. So I'll say, yes, please help me out, and make sure each team plays each other an even number of times. And then we'll move forward and rerun the generator. Now here's the draft of our schedule. You can see there is 3 rounds, each of the teams playing each other an equal amount of times. You could accept the schedule or accept it and notify the league participants. We'll accept it, and now you will see the schedule appear beautifully on the page, the scheduling page.
Awesome. And just like the schedule generator, it is smart enough where it can help you out a little bit, especially when you're dealing with a large amount of teams within the system. Next, and the last one that I'd like to show you guys is the import schedule. So the import schedule is a new feature of ours, and to get the template that you will need to do support@LeagueApps.com, and you can type in how to generate or import, a schedule. Oh, I went to the wrong one. And by visiting this page, you will get the template to import the schedule. So by clicking on the picture here, it will automatically download. And as you see, that there's some requirements here of home team, away team, date, time, location, sublocation, type, and notes. The sublocation and the notes are not required fields, but you will want to have all of these other labels filled in on your spreadsheet. Now, it is important to note that this is military time and the date is in this specific order or format, and the team names match up with the program team names. Once you are done creating the schedule within Excel, you will want to save it as a CSV file. I have already created my own CSV file that I will want to import. So the Looney Tunes League, as you can see, I've entered in some of the team names and the locations that I'm going to use, and I left the notes and sublocation blank. So I will go back to the import. I will choose a file, and I have the Looney Tunes League right here. I will upload and validate it. And as you see, the team names come up that they see in the file as well as the location. The first step is you will want to select your program that we have. So I find my Looney Tunes League. You see that the team names match up, and it is smart enough that it will give you the option if something is spelled wrong or it's not quite there, and then match up the location. I will click Next, and just review your schedule, so make sure all the dates and the times are right, everything looks good. I'm going to click Accept, and now you can see that those times have been entered in there. And it was for April 21st was my schedule import, and those are all in there. Just a quick, some little notes here. We can reschedule games by clicking this button, and it will apply for the whole day. So if I wanted to change this April 21st, I can go over and click Reschedule Games, and they will all be rescheduled to a different day, and then they will come up labeled as rescheduled. Or I could delete all the games for the day. So this first one that David created, I'm just going to delete that, and it'll load, and it will be gone. Next is, let's say we just want to edit the game, change the date. We can click that blue pencil, and we can change the date, the time. We can notify participants of any changes to this game, or we could just delete the game altogether. A little confirmation, and once it loads, it will delete that game off the schedule. Next, I would like to pass it back over to David, and he's going to show you how to log in as the coach and add an event to the calendar. So I'm going to hand it over to him while we still walk through on how to log in as the coach.
And before I log in as the coach, I want to point out this incredible feature, login as member. So if you go to the member details of any member, you can, on the right-hand side, you'll see this login as member option, and you can log into any account. So if somebody's complaining and they say they're having trouble with the registration, they don't know how to log in, or they don't know what's going on, you can log in directly as them and see what they're seeing. So we'll log in as Michael Jordan, and this will bring us to his coach's dashboard. And this is exactly what your coaches will see when they log into their accounts. So we'll log in and go to his Looney Tunes League Bugs Bunny team. We'll click on the name to bring us to that team and see the game schedule. Here you can see the schedule in list, calendar, list and calendar view. The add button also appears here. So your coaches can add games, or they can add events, whether it be games, tournaments, scrimmages, or practices, directly from their coach's dashboard. So from here, they can select the add button, choose the event type. They can choose whether it be a repeating event. We'll have it repeat weekly for the next 6 weeks. So now we have a practice set up to repeat every week for the next 6 weeks. The event title, you can choose, it will be practice, and the start date can be today, and then the end date will be generated for 6 weeks out. You can add a description and also the location. And so what we hope this feature will allow you, we hope this feature will free you up so that you don't have to add every single event, every single practice and scrimmage to the schedule. Now your coaches will have the power to do that from their own. And these events that they add will show up on your main calendar. And now I'll pass it back to Dan to close this out for the day.
Yeah, guys. As I mentioned earlier, this is a new tool that we're trying out. So all the feedback is greatly appreciated. And I would like to let you know we do have more new features coming out, and our next webinar is titled "Never Give Refunds Again: Learn the LeagueApps New Credit System," which all of us here in the office are excited about. And we hope you are too. And our next webinar will actually walk you through on the ins and outs of giving credits, using credits, applying credits, all things credits, so you don't need to hit that refund button ever again. Thanks for tuning in today. We will send you a recording of the webinar as soon as we process it. And thanks for tuning in, and we hope to see you in 2 weeks.
Thanks, everybody.
Take care, guys.